The Grand Muthu Cayo Guillermo may look like an interesting spot to book your next beach vacation,
There's lots of great things about this place that you'll be sure to enjoy.
but there's also some things that leave more to be desired.
This is Jen and Ryan from Everest Travels. Today we're going to look at some of the pros and cons of the Grand Muthu Cayo Guillermo, with the goal of better helping you decide if this resort is right for you.
If you find this video helpful, please leave a like and hit subscribe for more Cuba travel videos, and make sure you check out our ultimate resort review for the Grand Muthu that's already live on the channel.
One of the biggest draws of the Grand Muthu Cayo Guillermo Resort is its beach. The soft white sand stretches along the shoreline. The water is crystal clear and shallow for quite a distance. If you're traveling with kids like we did, we felt safe with her walking through the water by herself, as the water won't get too deep when they stay close to the shore. Overall, the water was warm when we visited, and we had a great time swimming. We spent most of our time at the beach during our recent trip.
The resort also offers a variety of water activities on the beach, including kayaking, wind sailing, and paddle boats. We went on a paddle boat a few times while on site, and with the calm water, seeing through the water beneath us, this was truly a highlight of our stay. There's also a beach bar on the beach, which is only a short walk away from the Sea Sky restaurant, where you can enjoy lunch daily.
For one of the days we visited, we chose to end our time at the water early because it was filled with jellyfish. For the rest of the trip, jellyfish weren't an issue, but if the conditions are right, just keep your eyes open for them.
This one shouldn't come as a surprise. Don't expect to go to Cuba and find a 5-star meal every single night. Instead, the buffet, the place you'll probably spend most of your time eating, has lots of options, but those options can be repetitive, and based off what you find appetizing to eat, they could also be limiting.
Outside of a handful of places like El Jardin and Indian Spice, there wasn't a lot of flavor in the food. So we brought our own condiments. While the food wasn't the best, we still found plenty to eat. We frequented the Sugar Spice snack bar at least twice a day for their ham and cheese sandwiches. But don't book the trip for the food alone.
Another tip, pack some snack foods from home that you can keep in your room just in case you don't like the food options on any given night. If you enjoy all the food and you don't end up eating any of the snacks from home, you can gift the remaining snacks to resort workers.
The Wi Fi was a surprise pro of the trip. It's far from the strongest, but offered good connection throughout a majority of the resort.
We've been places in Cuba where Wi-Fi was really hit and miss, mostly miss, and rarely available in our rooms. But here, no issues. Well, laying in bed, sitting on the deck, or anywhere in the room. It can be spotty as you walk around the resort, but I'd classify the overall experience as good in our rooms and the main buildings.
Every guest has a unique login, so ask the front desk for your access codes at time of check-in. It has good strength. You could browse the web, do some light streaming, but if you're planning to download some movies or TV shows to apps like Disney Plus to watch while you're down there, do not connect to Wi Fi. Some sites and apps don't work in Cuba. So, if you're loading up your tablet with pre downloaded movies, make sure you keep the device offline.
We consider ourselves pool people, but we really did not spend too much time at the Grand Muthu pools. We found them oddly designed with very quick transitions from shallow to deep. It was hard to go for a fully committed swim, as there was always a handful of elevated areas you'd have to be aware of and watch out for. And if you're not tall, it can be hard to find a spot mid-pool just to stand and enjoy a drink, because you'll most likely be hopping on your tippy toes.
The pool with a pool bar overlooking the ocean is beautiful and scenic. Just look at that. But when swimming over to the pool bar, you'd have limited options. Mostly spirits and sodas, no cervezas were available here.
Final note on the pools, just like most pools in Cuba, they are not heated, so you may not find the temperature warm enough to swim in until early or mid-afternoon.
Having stayed in various Cuban resorts, we can definitely say that the rooms at the Grand Muthu Cayo Guillermo are a notch above many other resorts. They are modern, spacious, and relatively well maintained compared to what you might have become accustomed to in the country.
The beds are comfortable, the air conditioning works efficiently, and many rooms offer just absolutely fantastic views of the ocean.
Our first impression was positive, and the ongoing maintenance and service to the room was top notch. We felt comfortable here every time we entered the room.
This falls in line with the food. Don't visit for just the drinks.
They are serviceable, typically mediocre at best, but they are unlimited. So that could be considered a pro.
However, we didn't find anything that blew us away with flavor that has coming back again and again and again. Now, with that being said, though, there were some highlights. We enjoyed the tequila sunrise found on the resort, but the one type of drink to not skip out on is the coffee.
From the morning cappuccinos or lattes, the coffee here is amazing. We became quite fond of the iced coffee they make on the resort. It was an enjoyable treat on a hot day that kept us cool and awake. Later at night, they break out Spanish coffee stations where you get to watch a bit of a show while they make the drink.
Overall, we set our expectations accordingly before arriving, knowing the drinks and food were not going to be the highlights of our trip. And by doing so, the quality of the food and the drinks, it didn't damper our overall experience.
One of the most convenient aspects of this resort is its layout. Unlike sprawling resorts where you have to walk long distance to get anywhere, Grand Muthu Cayo Guillermo is designed with accessibility in mind.
The beach, pool, restaurants, and entertainment areas are all within a reasonable walking distance, making it easy to navigate without feeling exhausted. The heat, you don't want to be walking very far. Whether you want to grab a quick bite, head to the beach, or just return to your room, nothing ever feels far away, and it's typically only a 5-minute walk at most.
This adds to the overall relaxation factor of the resort, as you don't have to spend too much time trekking from one place to another.
When it comes to understanding what's actually happening at the resort, you might be left scratching your head, and the best thing to do is probably just to ask one of the people working there. There's a board daily that's updated with activities and theater shows that you can see, but we found it wasn't always accurate.
We tried to find multiple events that were advertised for the Kids Club, but couldn't find them when we searched for them, only locating some by accident. For the theater shows, some nights they'd advertise as one thing before switching up entirely right before showtime.
For example, one night we planned to go to the Miss Cayo Guillermo show, only to discover an hour before the stage show was to begin that it was now a horror show. And do you know what that horror show ended up being? A Michael Jackson tribute. It could have been a slight against Michael, or maybe they proclaimed him the winner of Miss Cayo Guillermo, but it wasn't the show we were expecting to see. Not saying it was bad, but we picked a couple of shows that we wanted to go to on purpose, and we were disappointed that some of our planned activities were changed last minute.
The hospitality at the Grand Muthu Cayo Guillermo stands out. Unlike some all inclusive resorts where the staff can feel overly pushy about upsells, the team here maintains a relaxed and welcoming attitude. They are attentive, helpful, and always ready to assist without making guests feel pressured.
From the front desks to the bartenders and housekeeping, the staff consistently go the extra mile to make your stay comfortable and enjoyable. You are encouraged to tip the workers here whenever possible. Leaving money behind is always a nice gesture, but many also tip with toiletry, snacks, or other goods that you can buy before traveling down south.
We didn't have a negative experience once while on resort with the staff.
Outside of walking down the beautiful sandy beach, there isn't a whole lot to do if you want to go off site. Your travel representatives on resort will have a handful of excursions for you to choose from, but the option is limited. There is an immersive experience within a real Cuban town offered as an excursion, but it will include a couple of hours on a bus as Cayo Guillermo is quite far away from the closest town.
With that in mind, you may realize all workers drive hours each day to look after you on vacation, so don't forget to tip with food, snacks, or toiletries when you can. Other options include catamaran cruises or swimming with the dolphins.
We didn't mind lounging around during our stay, so it didn't totally bother us. And we did splurge for the VIP airport lounge experience, but that's a nice add on when wrapping up the trip, not a full on excursion. Nearby the resort, too, there is an area called Hemingway Plaza. There's a couple of options like bowling alleys, discotheques, additional restaurants, and souvenir stands. That's only like a 2-minute walk from the entrance to the hotel, so you can also check that out. And while it was neat, it definitely wasn't the highlight of our vacation.
If you found this video helpful, please leave a like and subscribe for more Cuba travel videos.
And while you're here, check out our Grand Muthu Cayo Guillermo Ultimate Resort Review, walkthrough, or food review by clicking one of the boxes on the screen.